going to be therapeutic. Hey guys, if you don't know who I am, my name is Paige Hennekam. I am an autistic content creator. Ew. You may know me from TikTok. I have 2.5 million followers there. You guys can go check me out on TikTok at Paige Hennekam, and while you're at it, you can follow my Instagram with the same name. And also, while you're at it, you could subscribe to my YouTube channel and ring the bell to get notified when I make videos. I try to upload every Friday. Being a content creator, you are all of a sudden subject to all of this criticism all the time. I didn't ask for it, I don't really like it, but I understand. I've gone through some of my comments from the past few weeks and just screenshotted things that made me feel an emotion that wasn't necessarily joy. I have a very strict, like, black and white thinking, right and wrong, and I get really angry at things that people don't understand, but I understand. I don't feel emotions the same way as everyone else does, and I don't really know what emotions are in me. All emotions feel the same in me, but all I know is that I don't like these comments. So are they hate comments? Are they mean comments? A lot of you guys might go, no. But to me, I'm like, I am getting attacked. I'm getting personally attacked. This is just gonna be a, hey, you guys can see the comments I get, and this is all, yeah, it's gonna be great. Here are mean comments I receive as an autistic content creator. There have been a lot of comments that are worse than this, but these ones are just from the last few weeks. Before I get into reading all of these wonderful comments, I do have a wonderful sponsor, and that sponsor is none other than Care Of. Spring has sprung, spring is in the air. That means that change is also in the air. I am focusing on refreshing everything from small daily routines to overall health and lifestyle changes. That is where Care Of has entered my life and said, you know what, Paige, we will help you. What is Care Of, you may ask? Care Of helps to make sure that you are getting the supplements that you need every day. What you do is you go online, take a little quiz, kind of like you're talking to your own little nutritionist, and it'll tell you the vitamins and nutrients and supplements that you need in your day that you are not getting enough of. It was a super easy, super accessible quiz. I really like how they asked me about my family history as well to see if I have anything potentially in my genetics. When I took the quiz, I told them that I was pretty stressed out all the time, but also my stress causes me to burn out. So they gave me something for energy. They also gave me vitamin D because I do live in Canada where it is winter for 8 months of the year. Keratin for hair and nails, and cranberry. Then they send you personalized packages for every day for 30 days. This is so easy for my brain. I can just write down each of the days on the packages. Also remember if I have or have not taken my vitamins every day. Also, they deliver right to my door. I do not have to go out and see anybody. I love that. Otherwise, I probably would not go and buy big, bulky bottles of things. Instead, I just keep my Care Of packages right here, like little tea bag dispensers. There are things that I love. It is making sure I'm getting all of the things that my body needs and things with my name on them. How freaking cute is this packaging? If you need to make sure that you are getting what you need in your supplements every day, I highly recommend that you go and check out Care Of. You can take the quiz using the link below in the description and get 50% off your order if you use my code PaigeLayout. You guys can go check them out at takecareof.com. Check out the link in the description, take the quiz, and use my code to get 50% off your first order. Again, thank you so much, Care Of, for sponsoring this video. They've definitely helped me making sure I'm getting everything I need because I don't go anywhere. And thank you guys for understanding that sponsors do help keep this channel alive and well. I would not recommend something that I didn't like myself, and I am really loving all of the things that Care Of has offered. But to get back to the regular scheduled programming. This one is a strange, this is a big one. I asked you how day-to-day life was, I asked you how school was, I said please explain how you're receiving help for your supposed autism. You never responded because you're not getting any help. You don't put it on your stories. You're not autistic. It's kind of sad that you're lying to all these people. Autistic people get counseling, they get outside help, they get help all over the place to deal with their autism. If you're not getting help to deal with your autism, then you're not autistic, sorry. First problem, I never said to anybody that I wasn't getting help for my autism. Second thing, there are a lot of autistic people that do not get help for a variety of reasons, so that getting help is not a prerequisite for being autistic. Third thing, this is my internet persona. I can do with it what I want. Do I want to be like, I'm going to therapy now? Apparently not, because I don't do that. I just think this comment is quite strange, and they're very angry. But I think that their point is, you seem like you are having a good life. And so people that have a good life can't be autistic. And to respond to that, autism is quite hard for me all of the time. But this is social media, and social media is fake. Do not take my social media presence to be real. I guess this wasn't really hate. I think that it's just coming off kind of like angry. I'm angry and I'm going to tell you that you're not autistic. But I think that truly in this person's heart, they're just a little upset because they have a harder time with their autism than it looks like I'm having with mine. And that is incorrect. Remember that social media is fake. And half of this video is me picking split ends out of my hair from being too stressed. I have to edit like a good hour out of every YouTube video because I'm just sitting here doing this. Wait, are you the girl that doesn't understand basic economics? Out of everything that I've done, I refuse to be remembered as a girl that doesn't understand basic economics. But for your consideration, I understand economics. I just don't understand why. I know how inflation works, my dudes. I know how it works. It doesn't change the fact that I still think it's stupid and shouldn't be here. And that it can be easily manipulated because it doesn't exist. I stand by numbers are fake and we can manipulate them as we want to. We just choose not to. Can you tell when I get heated? You state your pronouns explains everything. I'm so embarrassed for you. It's so embarrassing to have pronouns and tell people what they are. Wait till this guy finds out that everyone has pronouns. Don't even tell anybody. You know what? Correct, man, because I would prefer if people just didn't refer to me at all. This is why women aren't president, because you're too emotional to be rational. One, women are president in multiple countries around the world. And two, hasn't every single war ever in the history of ever been started by a man? Getting diagnosis opens up a lot of opportunities, and a fake diagnosis, not saying it is in this case, takes away from the resources available for autistic people. How many people who are autistic and are waiting for treatment? Not posting what to buy and get sponsorships. Come on. This actually wasn't even the worst one that he said. He said way worse ones. Why did I screenshot this? Please remember that 90% of autistic adults are unemployed or underemployed. I think it is fair to be profiting off a diagnosis that everyone else has been profiting off my entire life. Why can't I sometimes? Please don't be mad that you see disabled people of any sort making any kind of profit off their disorders. Please remember that people like Sia, who made Music, the movie, people have been profiting off our disorder for a long time. It is about time that we get to, one, control the narrative, and B, make money off it if we need to. I'm sorry if you don't like it, but I do need to survive. Someone said, do you watch this person? She's a wonderful mother, has amazing perspective. I saw that this person had blocked me. Never even heard of them before. And this person said, it's because Paige can sometimes be rude and condescending. Facts. Paige ROYALE is harmful to our community. She's a horrible young girl whose parents need to teach her to be better. That is so cool. You know what? You are allowed to think I'm rude and condescending. If I said something and you feel a certain way about it, I cannot tell you that you do not feel that way about it. But I would like to question your reasons as to why you think I'm rude and condescending. The video is me bringing up a creator who's talking about curing autism, and these are the ways how. And the ways that they were talking about have killed autistics in the past. You cannot cure autism. Wanting to cure autism is ableist and gross. I think that you thinking I'm being rude and condescending is rooted in ableism and misogyny. I think that a lot of people think that women always have to be nice and good and kind and happy. I would also like to remind you that in this video, I was talking against ableism as someone who is disabled myself. I am allowed to be angry. If someone's saying, whoa, you're too angry, I don't want to listen to you, you gotta think about why. You clearly do not care enough about the issue to think that my feelings are valid and important. You think that I need to be more digestible for this to be easier for you. If you think that I'm being rude and condescending, you need to check that it is not for misogynistic or ableist means. Because a lot of people think that disabled people cannot and should not talk about their own disability. A lot of people are uncomfortable when someone who's disabled tells them that what they're doing is wrong. I'm blowing this candle out. Too much smells. Oh boy. But then the other one, Paige ROYALE is harmful to our community. She's a horrible young girl whose parents need to teach her to be better. That's too vague for me to add anything on it. Perhaps you're right. 1000% convinced she's not autistic, just a narcissist. If I get one more thing being like, you're just a narcissist, you're not autistic. Never receiving proper discipline and was allowed to lie or live fairy tales in her head. Guys, no, I am not a narcissist. I have been tested, and there are actually a lot of similarities between narcissism and autism. They have similar behaviors, but the reasons behind them are different. Autistic people are very egocentric, which means that we do not understand that there are other opinions or thoughts or viewpoints besides our own. Like, we understand that there are, but like, we don't get it in our brains. And that can look kind of like narcissism, where narcissists think that they are the best, that they have all of the answers and everyone else doesn't make any sense. They have a hard time believing that other people are their own people and not just an extension of themselves, or thinking that other people are not for them. That can look similar in both. I will admit, I also have a lot of egotistical qualities. I absolutely do. I enjoy looking at myself in the mirror. I think that I am very beautiful. And I also look at myself in the mirror all the time to make sure that I am masking correctly. A lot of people could call me selfish sometimes, but that was before my diagnosis. And then now a lot of people understand that I have sensory issues, which means that things are actually physically painful for me. So please don't make me do them. Just another thing too, like, you know, maybe don't diagnose somebody that you've seen for 60 seconds on the internet. I don't support the LGBTQ. This is funny because I looked at this person's profile and they follow me. If you follow me, you actually do support the LGBTQ. They all seem to love making an agenda against cis men. We sure do. We meet on Thursdays and we write in our agenda how we are going to ruin cis men's lives. We're not all evil. Not all men. Not all of us. Not every bee is gonna sting you, so stop being scared of bees. Not every snake is venomous, so just like hold them in your hands. Women are women and men are men. We have differences for a reason, so does a trans person. I do not see much difference at all. Name 5 differences between a man and a woman. I bet you anything that you say, like if you go, women have long hair. Men can also have long hair. Women have vaginas. Men can also have vaginas. You know that trans and cis are different things, right? That's why cis and trans are adjectives. Remove your pronoun from your bio unless you are transgender. Are they trying to be a trans ally, but like performatively? I need to know who is and who is not trans, so only trans people can have pronouns. P.S. You're dressing like a girl. This makes it even funnier when like the video was not about gender at all. The video was about the autism spectrum. This person didn't write anything before. There was no like something. Oh, and P.S. It was just P.S. There was no need for that. Sorry, but someone needs to be gassed in a cell. Who thinks this way? This has to be fake. This has to be a joke. Sick of seeing them in our neurotypical world. No one is actually that ableist, are they? Why do I need to be gassed in a cell? Why can't someone decapitate me? Paige censors opinions she doesn't like. Pathetic. I've never censored anybody. This is my platform. What do you mean I censor opinions I don't like? I don't even delete comments. Paige censors opinions she doesn't like. No, I just say my own opinions. I have blocked a lot of people, but so what? I pressed 2 buttons and I got rid of some guy, and I would do it again. That doesn't mean that all of a sudden they stop speaking. I do not go around cutting off tongues, chopping off hands. I take back my megaphone. You can go and buy your own. I'm just gonna hold my megaphone. ABA is good for people with severe autism. So many problems wrong with that one sentence alone. They need treatments and cures. That has even more problems. You should think about the people really suffering with autism before you say autistic people don't need a cure. I am really suffering with autism. Not everyone is high functioning like you. High functioning doesn't exist. Hey, instead of like curing me, how about you make a world that fits me? I'm autistic and I think that the movie trailer is inspiring. So what? They casted a person that's not autistic. Oh, so this is about music, the movie music. So you think the trailer is inspiring? We all need to realize that they are people in the world suffering from COVID and other stuff, and we take the time to talk about celebrities. Okay, then go talk about COVID and other stuff. If you find that inspiring, that is super, super, super good for you. I don't understand why. You are so beautiful, but why do you look like a robot? Is it because of autism or is it on purpose? Sorry, I'm just curious. I'm trying to be mean. I don't necessarily take that as being mean. I don't think a robot is necessarily a bad thing. I didn't think I look like a robot. Well, it must be because of autism, because I was unaware. Bet you're still a liberal, though. This video was about me saying that, like, someone was commenting saying, like, I've done this for 45 years. I know the language I should use. And I was like, no, it's incorrect. Bet you're still a liberal, though. I don't know why I think I took that as an insult. I think that they were trying to insult me or something, and it just didn't really work. I'm insulted by thinking you think that I'm that far right. People who boast about their IQ are losers. Stephen Hawking. Yup. Well, that is quite funny because I actually do not boast about my IQ. And in fact, in that video, I was saying that having an IQ is very overrated and actually very sucky. You're a drama addict. Cancelled. Potentially I am a drama addict. That's all that my channel is. In fact, it is a drama channel. Then go start working on really hard problems instead of being on TikTok. How would I do both? I feel like ableism and lack of autistic good representation is a very real problem that I am working really hard on. Autism is not a disability, it is your brain construction. So autism, it can actually be a disability. It is beautiful. Yeah, I'd agree. Just as beautiful as every other person with or without disabilities. I thought you just said that autism isn't a disability, but you think that there are other disabilities? But I got what you're saying there. You're like, autism isn't a disability, it's a different ability. Hey, being disabled is okay. Having a disability is a-okay. We get it, you're smart and you make a lot of money. Next, please. Okay, just say that you're dumb and poor and move on. Like, how about you say, congratulations, Paige, for being smart and rich or something? I don't know. Facts, bro. All her videos now aren't even about autism. They are either, I'm so smart and wealthy, I hate it, or she puts down people and says they're ableist. I can name 2 videos where I said I'm smart and I hate it. If you're like, oh, I do not like when people say that they are smart. That's a weird problem to have, I think. Yeah, when people are ableist, I will put them down and say that they're ableist. You're ableist, Like, no, if people are being ableist, I will say that's ableism. Call it out, boom, boom, boom. Oh, this is me saying not everyone is autistic. It's true, though. Y'all just want to feel special. LMAO. Okay, no, not everyone is autistic. I thought that we knew this. If everyone's autistic, then no one is. No, this is one of the most ableist things I've ever seen. You know me? You basically just called autistic people like me who disagree with any of your points too stupid to see the truth. This is a big L. I don't know what they were putting in quotations there, too stupid to see the truth. I did not say that. I've never said that. This video was about me saying that just because you're disabled does not mean you can't be ableist. And there are some phrases that are ableist. And people said, no, but I like them. You are allowed to like them. You are allowed to use whatever things you want to use. You are allowed to refer to yourself in whatever way. I'm just going to tell you that they're ableist, and this is why they're ableist. If you still want to do it, you are allowed to. Apparently, me saying that things are ableist is ableist. Okay. People have different opinions. Like, okay, is your opinion that that is not ableist? Or is your opinion that I don't think it's that big of a deal and I'm going to do it anyway? I don't understand why me saying these things are ableist is the most ableist thing I've ever seen. Wanting to find a cure isn't ableism. Yeah, eugenics of a disabled population is literally ableism. You saying, I would rather kill you than have you here is because your disability I don't want to accommodate. Yeah, that's ableism. I have autism, and yes, everyone has aspects of autism. I have a pigment stain. Doesn't mean I have cancer, I just have an aspect. An autistic brain and a neurotypical brain are completely different brain structures. If you have social anxiety, but you have a neurotypical brain, you just have social anxiety and a neurotypical brain. So, oh my god, some people can have similar behaviors, but you either are or you're not autistic. Why do you act different in every video? I just got called out because I have autism. Because some videos I am masking, some I am exhausted, some I do not care, some I heavily script. Please remember, I do have a developmental disorder that affects my social communication. So why do you act different in every video? Because I don't know who I am. Every part of me is just a combination of every person I ever thought was cool. I'm still working on trying to find what I am like, but until then, you're gonna see different me's all the time. Not every group is inherently worth sustaining. What? While disabilities are clearly not someone's fault, I don't think they should be normalized. Did man just say he would like to participate in a eugenic? He said some lives are more important than others. I do not care if you live or die. He said, you are not worth sustaining, my love. Why do you want to filter us out? Do you not realize how many of the world's greatest minds were neurodiverse? He said, kill them all. Well, I'm only attracted to people who can give birth, so. And then the next video is me saying how I haven't had a period in like 6 years, so I don't know if I can give birth. Yeah, now that you said that, I'm less attracted to you than I was Don't take that the wrong way. What is the right way to take that? So he was attracted to me because he thought I could give birth. Therefore, that attraction is bias and not an actual attraction. You cannot be only attracted to people that can give birth unless you have some innate ability to be able to tell if someone can give birth or not by just looking at them. But it wasn't until I said, I potentially can't give birth, he was like, I never had that attraction to you actually in the first place. Don't take that the wrong way. There you go. There are 30 things that people have said about to me that I felt uncomfy with. So thank you for being here. If you want to participate in this, please don't. I'm on the verge of a mental breakdown. I'm so excited. Thank you guys so much for being here. Thank you, Care of, again for sponsoring this video. You guys are the coolest. I love you so much. Stay happy, stay safe. I love you the most in the whole world.